Yeah, y'all know all the X's and O's, man. I'm just sitting at home watching. I don't like to get into that because I don't believe the game is really decided on the field.
Hey everyone, guess who's back? It's Kamish back here with another draft preview. This time we got Susie and Fighting Geese, the lovely wife, beautiful wife, I might add, and she's done better than me. Honestly, she's a former LOC champ. She will retire with the best career regular season record in the LOC. Um, and again, she does this all on her own accord. I've never given her advice ever in terms of the draft, etc. So she's done extremely well, and it's kind of embarrassing, but good for her. And obviously happy that she's in the league and enjoying football with myself. Let's share the screen now, and we'll get into her preview. So, Fighting Geese, Susie. So first off, I think you got some really good keeper quality, or at least potential to have really good keeper quality. Tony Pollard, you stole him from True North last year for next to nothing. And now he looks like he's going to be probably a top 3 running back fantasy wise this year for Dallas. James Cook, year 2 with Buffalo, got his feet wet last year. You made the trade with Brian. You went basically Kenneth Walker for James Cook and Kadarius Toney, who's also a keeper for you. The offseason chatter's been that Tony will be the WR1 for that electric Kansas City offense and Patrick Mahomes. Let's face it, Mahomes is the new princess of the NFL. Brady used to be, now it's Mahomes. And that's only probably going to mean good things if Tony can stay healthy. You also have the best wide receiver in the game and Justin Jefferson as a keeper. So those 4 keepers alone, great potential. And then let's face it, Kyle Pitts 2 years ago was one of the biggest tight end prospects ever, got hurt last year in his sophomore year, entering year 3 now. And we'll see if Ritter and also some other offensive pieces there can help him get better and not have so much pressure on him. But, I would think he's probably going to be pretty decent. TJ Edwards would be my only question mark. He's going to a new team. Left Philly, went to Chicago. But again, he'll be paired up there with Tremaine Edmonds. So that's a heck of a linebacking group with those two. You're keeping 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, 1 tight end, 1 linebacker, and a nice balanced keeper group. And I think you're going to need that based on your draft pick scenario. So when we look at it, your first pick is still in round 1. You didn't trade your round 1 away. And that round 1 pick is going to be at pick 13. It's going to be a critical one because you're actually a dark horse team for me to fall. I know you kind of went all in last year. Really just felt like you had to get past the one team. You couldn't. And it obviously it will hurt you now. You got round 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, no 9, no 10, no 11. So you'll be going 3 full rounds there without a pick. And then only 5 picks in rounds 11 to 20. And, that's not looking good because that means you have 17 picks in the last 21 to 29. We've seen other teams with way worse scenarios than this, though, survive. And I think your keeper quality is pretty good, but it's still not ideal. You have 2 picks in every single round in round 21 to 29 for the most part, other than round 25, 3 and 27, and 1 and 28. So unreal. I had no idea your pick scenario was this bad. But again, I've seen much worse. Outlook, I'm happy you and I are finally in the same division. I know you had expressed to me that you didn't like the fact that you didn't get to play me and others that and are close to you, very often, if at all, when we made the switch to the international division. So you're finally in the same division. Super glad to have that. And it creates so much competition and fun for us at the house. And poor pick situation, we talked about that already. Only 5 picks in those rounds 11 to 20. It's going to be interesting to see who you do end up with. I think maybe you have to sacrifice and go with some pretty poor IDPs and get what you can on offense. Who knows? keeper quality will likely help you survive. So I touched on this: Pollard, Jefferson, James Cook entering year 2, Kadarius Toney entering his first full season with the Chiefs, and then Kyle Pitts coming back from injury. Those are good keepers. And I touched on this already. You are a dark horse team to drop, in my opinion, with that pick scenario. There's worse teams. There's no doubt about it. But I definitely do feel that, yeah, you could be a dark horse team to drop. These are the prices you pay when you go all in. And, from my perspective, this league has to understand and learn that you have to hurt the teams that go all in. I mean, you don't give these guys picks back for nothing. You make them pay for it. That's always been my approach and view. And it's no different with Susie. If Susie wanted to trade me one of her keepers, it would have to be for dirt cheap at this point. I have good keepers already, decent keepers, and I'm not going to sacrifice draft capital, even for Susie. For those teams that went all in, you gotta see them suffer the next years after. So, anyway, Susie, love you, and hope you do survive this year, because I'd hate to not have you in here.